Okay, final takes. Bull, go.
I briefly mentioned this earlier in the show. I'm sick of this Steelers fear that we all have. Ravens too, but I'm going to specifically talk about the Steelers. I talked about this last year a little bit on my radio show, and I want to take it a step further this year. We, as Browns fans, and everybody here has to stop being scared of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I understand why you're scared of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've dominated the league off and on for many years. But if you're an old enough Browns fan, you remember there was a time where the Steelers were a complete joke and the Browns were great. And contrary to popular belief, I think those times could happen again. Now, it's tough with Mike Tomlin because he's one of the 5 best coaches in the league. But no matter how good a coach you are, you can't make up for all the flaws. The Steelers are not a very good team. I said last year they would finish under 500 for the first time, and I was wrong. But this year, I'm going to be right. The Steelers will be under 500. They're going to finish 8-9 this year. And Mike Tomlin's crazy stretch of never being under 500, which is mind-blowing, never, is finally going to come to an end. The Steelers have been mostly a fraud since they started, I think 11-0 in 2020. They fell totally apart the rest of that season, got smoked by the Browns in the playoffs. And they looked unimpressive down the stretch last year as well. This is not a good team. I don't think their quarterbacks are any good. Their wide receiving core is okay. Their offensive line's still not very good. And their defense, like the Ravens, completely lives off reputation. Don't be scared of being confident against the Steelers. That's how you get over this loser mentality. The Steelers are a fraud, and they're going to prove it this year.
Keep saying it. You'll convince yourself.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. But you know what? When Aditi was on earlier saying that the word out of Pittsburgh is people are going to love Mitch Trubisky, when I hear stuff like that, I have PTSD.
We have PTSD. You've earned that PTSD.
That's Pittsburgh Steelers traumatic disorder. Okay?
And it's
I get it.
It's PSTD.
I'm going to help you get over it.
I hope so. God, I hope you're right. But as long as the team isn't afraid of them, I'm okay if the fans are.
That's true.
I have friends who follow Pittsburgh who genuinely don't like Mike Tomlin and want him gone. They just think that he lost
insanity.
I know. He lost his fastball, they think, and they're just like, he
Just
just can't do it anymore.
There's been a faction of their fans that have been trying to run this guy out for 5 years.
It's because they don't know any better. They haven't experienced what we experienced.
That's crazy.
And it's young.
Call me when you're 0-16.
Ben was maybe the worst quarterback in the league last year, and they still finished over 500.
He had major limitations.
They beat y'all twice.
Yeah. Just
That's
us.
crazy.
Yeah.
Just us.